Hello and welcome to another one of my videos, and in this video, as you can see, I have a full front end of a bike here. This is actually off a SRAD 750 96 model. So as you can guess, the Honda CX is going to get a complete new front end. And what a front end it is. Basically, I was toying with the idea of using USD forks just because, one, they look bloody cool. Two, that improves the handling, and basically we've got all the adjustments, preload, dampen, all that shit. And yeah, they just look good. Anyway, so got this. I actually went up to the scrapyard. There's only one in our area, up Stanley Way, and I basically, off the off chance, looked around, couldn't find any bikes that had upside down forks. Asked the guy, and he goes, "Funny enough, I've got one in the back." So he showed us around, and these were just sitting up against the wall. So I thought, yep, how much do you want for them? 200 quid. I bit his hand off. So yeah, so basically for 200 quid what I've got is, I've got a bottom yoke with stem, two forks with all the preload and stuff on, I have got the mud guard, I have got the wheel, I have got two discs, and I have also got the calipers. Now, the more observant among you might realise these aren't the original calipers for an SRAD. The SRAD actually had 6 pots, whereas this has got 4, so it's got 2 4-pot calipers, whereas the SRAD had 2 6-pots. But to be honest, I'm not going to be going over 130 mph on this bike, and these calipers are more than fine. These are actually off a Bandit 1250, it's got them written on, so I'm presuming some guys come along and just ask them, and he's just put these on just to say the bike has got some, or the front end's got some calipers on. And also I like the little touches, they've actually got the weight saving bolts in where they've actually drilled centres and everything, so I like all that. So the things I'm going to have to do to the bike to actually make this fit, hopefully, will be just to change the bearings over on the steering stem. So I'm going to take all these ball bearings out and actually replace them with tapered bearings to the same set. So basically, so the inner race is to this stem and the outer race is to the actual neck of the frame where the steering stem goes through. I've looked on the forums, a lot of people have said these are just a direct fit. Basically all I need to make sure is that this stem is the same length as the Honda CX stem. Worst case scenario, I get that stem pushed out and I get the CX one put in. It's not a big problem. Another thing that's missing is the top tree. Got one of those off eBay for a tenner, so you can't really go wrong there, can you? Other things that I'm going to have to do is the SRAD front end doesn't come with a mechanical speedo drive. All the speed was actually taken off the sprocket which was connected to the engine output, so that leaves me with the problem of I don't have a mechanical drive for my speedos. But I was actually out with the Suzuki Owners Club today, and I was talking to one of the guys there who's actually used this front end with a mechanical speedo, and what he said is you can use the mechanical speedo drive off the model before this, so the 94 SRAD down, I think it's the W's, I think it's GS750W range, but they had a mechanical drive but used these forks, and basically all we have to do, would be on the other side, is basically it fits in here just on the other side, and we would just have to make a spacer or even get a spacer off one of the bikes which should fit in, because this front end was actually used on that bike as well, and hopefully that'll give us a mechanical linkage to then go up to the speedo and we can use the forks, because I still want to use the binnacle that came with the kit. So this also means I'm not going to be using the headlight mounts that come with the kit, because obviously these are quite a lot thicker than the forks used on the CX, so I'm not going to be using them, so I'm going to have to get some headlight brackets off here. I am also going to have to find a way of mounting the binnacle, because obviously the binnacles on these sport bikes were actually mounted to the fairing mount up here and stayed stationary, whereas the CXs were mounted onto the forks and moved. So shouldn't be a big job though, it should just be a sheet metal job, make some mounts. I'm not going to be using the front mudguard now off the CX, because we have this massive one, which is in white. Still debating whether to paint it the same colour as this bike is going to be, as in the paint scheme, or to get it done in a carbon fibre dip. If I do it in the carbon fibre dip, it's going to give it a bit more of a modern look than if I paint it the same colour as the rest of the bike. if I get this done in the carbon fibre dip, I'll also do the rear hugger, which I think will be a good combination, but I'm still deciding. It's going to be decided over the next few months, but yes, this is now the realisation that this project is getting very real. This is a lot of money. Well, 200 quid for what I've got is not a lot of money, but you know what I mean. So it's now just a matter of putting these up to the bike, test fitting them before I actually send the frame away and do all the modifications to it myself and get it all powder coated, and then yeah, this project's going to be pretty damn good, I think, and this CX is going to look badass with these on. I've also, hopefully I'm going to win the auction tonight for I've found some SRAD clip-on handlebars for a tenner on eBay, so hopefully I'll win that auction, and then the top half basically just cost me 20 quid. So yeah, you can't go wrong with eBay. If you want anything, go on eBay. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say keep safe as always and ride safe, and I shall see you soon.